Hello everyone and welcome to another Star Wars figure review. Continuing our look at the 6-inch Black Series line, we're going to take a look at another very cool figure today. This time around it's from Wave 3 of the Black Series, and it is the very cool and highly sought after Imperial Stormtrooper. This is a really nice figure, and if you've seen my review on the 6-inch Sandtrooper, then you'll know what to expect from this fantastic Stormtrooper figure. They do share the same sculpt, although obviously the weapons and the deco have slightly been changed. So we'll talk about all those differences in just a little bit. But before we do, we're going to take a look at the packaging that this awesome Stormtrooper comes in. And here it is. Once again, superb presentation on this figure. You have the Star Wars Black Series logo at the top there, printed in gloss, which looks very nice. Very nice image of the Stormtrooper there on the top corner. Sadly, this is a European release, so on the back we do have that ugly black sticker, which does cover up the character description and the image from the film. If you do have this figure yourself, then obviously you'll know what that looks like, and for time constraints I'm not actually going to remove it in this review. So there we go, that is the packaging for this figure. Once again, superb design, superb presentation, really nice. There we go, that is the box for the Stormtrooper. Now let's take a look at the figure itself, and as I said, this one is very cool indeed. As always, we're going to take a huge 1080p zoom in on this figure, and we're going to examine some of his details in high def. So here we go, this is the Imperial Stormtrooper, and we'll run through articulation on this guy first. Very cool as always. He does have a ball jointed and hinged neck, so not only can he look up and down, but he can also move around 360 degrees as well. You've got hinged shoulders on this guy, double joints in the elbows, hinges in the wrists, hinge in the torso, hinged hips and swivel thighs, double joints in the knees and double joints in the ankles. As I said, this figure does indeed share the same sculpt as the Imperial Sandtrooper from Wave 1 of the Black Series. Obviously he's been cleaned up to replicate a standard trooper. He's also missing the backpack and the shoulder pauldron, and this is evident from the hole on the figure's back. I'm not entirely sure how well that shows up on camera, it's a bit bright, but there we go, you can see the hole there where the backpack would plug in on the Sandtrooper. He's also been given some new weapons. Instead of the traditional Sandtrooper blasters, he does come with this very cool rifle, which does bear some resemblance to the weapon used by the droid bounty hunter IG-88. Once again, you've got some phenomenal weathering on this figure. All those silver flashes on the weapon there look really nice. And of course, what would a Stormtrooper be without his standard weapon of choice, the E11 blaster rifle, which can indeed be tucked away inside the holster on the belt, and as you can see is very nicely detailed as well. Not as much weathering on this weapon, but still looks very nice. And the one thing I did mention in my Sandtrooper review is the fact that I'm a little bit disappointed that the stock on this rifle doesn't fold out. Hasbro managed to do that on their 3 3/4 inch Stormtroopers recently, but it's a shame they didn't carry that over into the 6-inch line. We've covered articulation, so we'll talk about the sculpt. The only real issue that I have with this figure is the fact that the helmet looks a little bit off. You know, it's a little bit wide for me, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. This is still a really nicely sculpted figure. The armour is sculpted, you know, reasonably accurately. It looks very nice. Got all the appropriate pouches on the belt. You've got the creases and folds in the bodysuit. You've got all the right details on the boots, on the belt, even got that thermal detonator on there, which looks very cool. So all in all, he's a fantastic figure. Not quite as cool as the Sandtrooper in my opinion, obviously because he lacks some of those accessories, but as a standard Stormtrooper, you can't beat him. Really cool figure, and in my opinion, one of the best Stormtroopers that Hasbro have ever released in any scale. So once again, I would really recommend you pick up this figure. A lot of people are army building this one, but I'll be sticking with one for the 6-inch scale. I don't want to go too overboard with these larger figures. Once again, he is from an older wave of the Black Series. He's from Wave 3. and he was very difficult to track down, although once again, like with Boba Fett that I previously reviewed, he has been repacked in Wave 4, so you'll still be able to get this guy on shelves, and hopefully he's been packed in larger quantities. So if you're wanting a 6-inch Stormtrooper for your collection, this is the one to pick up. I'd highly recommend it. So if you enjoyed having a look at the 6-inch Stormtrooper from Hasbro's 6-inch line of the Black Series, I'll be back to give you a look at some more figures from this line very soon. Until then, as always guys, thank you for watching, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.